Welcome back. Thank you for coming back. This is ridiculous though. I'm starting off already stressed. That's why you hear this again. I mean, look, you can see this is wet. This is new. I put this on. I was talking, we were flowing, and of course, the freaking thing was not even recording. Well, it was. This thing gets a little wet because I drop it in the rinsing fluid for the brushes, and all of a sudden it's unrecording, recording, unrecording. Now see, let me just freaking make sure. It's unbelievable. I mean, it's rather ridiculous. Like, I mean, I had some good stuff going there. We were really rapping and rolling, and I mean, it's insane. I put this nice blue right here. We pretty much kept things mostly straight. We got globular. Things were freaking nice, man. I mean, maybe we could end up putting it in, the thing in, you know, the cut scenes, whatever. The lead scenes in. Make a whole thing, but see, I had to make more of that green, because there's a couple more green. See, that one's dry. Now we're going to do dark blue there. It's viscous, remember? See, now I got to keep freaking paranoid, double checking all the time. It's just insane. You know, it's bare bones. You probably noticed, you know, we're doing something different. We're trying HG. See, I mean, I freaking double check again. I think it's HG, 60 frames per second. Before we were doing 4K, 24 frames per second. We're trying things out. We're just, you know, it's freaking rocking and rolling and going and you're freaking improvising on the fly. So we're gonna do this. We're just gonna get right into it. There we go. See, it's going on pretty good. Now I didn't get the edge really that I wanted. I wanted to have that edge to really get a good overlap with the green, because we do not want, so we gotta make sure we get some on the edge. Not the way we want it. We want it on the tip and we want it on the edge. That probably isn't really, see, like, we're gonna try it again. Let's get it on the tip and on the edge. It's very viscous. I mixed this with some of the pudding skin, basically. Just gonna get brave. Just kind of jump right in. Again, does not have to be perfect. A lot of these, anything that looks like, I mean, it's all an imperfection. The show is kind of like, that's like the theme, besides the happiness. For those that may not have seen episode 1 or the first part of this one, I mean, I don't freaking blame you when you're like, this guy's like, people are like, what the heck? This guy doesn't even know what he's doing. He can't even press play or record or freaking properly. It's like, yeah, it's frustrating. But again, happiness every day, man. It's Buddha, baby. But it's got me thinking about, you know, the towel itself and how, you know, how so important they were. You know, you go swimming, you're freaking freezing. You know, at first you're like, oh man, it's freaking hot. I mean, I was one of those kids, I would get like blue teeth blue lips. I get freaking blue lips, and teeth would be chattering. Cause I just didn't know when to stop. I mean, I just loved swimming, man. We had a nice pool at the apartment. My mom, though, she would get annoyed taking me, because she would be like, I don't like sitting down there for so long. You know, you can only have to read so much of the newspaper and People magazine. I mean, I think they only got like one People magazine every 3 months, and you know, you're finished with People magazine in like 3 days at least. Maybe 3 hours if you got some good articles. So obviously there's this stupid strand It's dragging along in the green, but that's fine because again, these pretty much will be covered when we do sort of the final touches. You just gotta keep going for it. You just barrel on through. See, now this is a slightly rougher. See that? See there? Just that one little dot. Like, how's that happen? You went over it. I went over it. It's mysterious, but it's not really. It's science in a way because like these. This is a rougher. This is rougher canvas. This is harder canvas than the one we used for the logo. So again, if it's your first time tuning in, I apologize for the voice. Today was definitely not a good idea. You know, they say it's stress inducing or it's stress induced. And obviously with the freaking camera problems, because you kind of get like one shot with this. You know, am I going to go by and redo this freaking thing? No. I mean, I could have called it, you know, one shot freaking painting. I don't know, but that's not even, doesn't sound very good. One shot painting was Jimmy Novice. This is the idea. I mean, this is novice painting. You know, we're showing the world and the community, at least, maybe regionally, that you can do this too, man. And I feel like I did not prepare. This brush is not ideal. I feel like we're running out of this blue freaking paint, man. We're trying really hard for coverage here. I really underestimated how far. See, before I was using too much freaking paint, now I'm not using enough. What kind of stuff is that? I think I'm not putting enough pressure too. I'm being too ginger with it. Okay, obviously this one is not necessarily coming out ideal, but you know, maybe the idea is that it gets a little bit rougher toward the middle. That's life, it's rougher towards the middle. There we go, see? I was being too ginger. Freaking Ginger and Marianne. I was Ginger and Marianne in it. But again, need more paint. See, there's a lot in this freaking brush. See, you gotta spread these things out. It gets wet. There we go. See, look at that. You can't. How are you gonna spread paint like that? So we'll just go to the rinsey thing, the rinsey cup. That freaking ruined my remote control. It's probably actually better because I remember I dropped an F-bomb on accident and during the first attempt. There we go, see? That's better. I mean, I just be prepared that my voice is going to be like this for the entire freaking episode because it's only episode 2. We're trying to be smooth as ice, you know, and it's just not going that way. But that's why it's called novice painting. That's okay. We want, you know, some element of challenge and danger and unpredictability. Okay, so looks like there's a decent amount that I scraped down and out of the brush. Yeah. Okay, so this isn't gonna give us coverage all the way down, but see how much better that's, see, lesson learned. You don't learn if you don't try. You gotta try. I mean, remember textures, texture of life, mistakes. You learn, you live, you laugh, you love. There we go, see, it's a little bit more mild. Kind of relaxing there. Alright, so there's gotta be a way. It's not gonna be fun to clean, but so definitely gonna be getting some different brushes. At least a different 2-inch brush, because this thing's like, I don't know, it's like painting with metal bristles. So I'm gonna give it another rinse. Shouldn't necessarily be necessary. At least you can not have to look at me for a few minutes, a few seconds here. Sorry, it didn't take long. So see, it's very interesting. Remember, interesting. If you can't be good or great, be interesting. That's what I say. That's what I was told when I first tried stand-up comedy back in the day, you know? And they said, you weren't even interesting. I was like, damn, I'm not even, wow, shoot. So, making this interesting. Man, we're so out of that paint. And this is definitely not dry. Let me get you sort of a closer look. Now, these globs are interesting. I feel like we're gonna have to do that with the green. So there's gonna be some things off camera, obviously. And because we gotta wait for things to dry. But we can finish this blue one real quick. Now this one's worrying me. I feel like this one's been overexposed. It's probably got a nice skin on it. So we'll just go ahead and whip that up right now. We haven't seen some color mixing for a second, so this will be interesting. See, just take the primary blue, and we'll just get a little bit more generous than we were before, because frick, we always had too much. And then see, now this green's probably drying out. That's not good. We got 2 more here. We're gonna put a little purple in there because you don't want it too much like straight black white or black blue. Like, I ain't even put, see, you do it like that. Then we're gonna mix that up with our little thing. See, now I had some coffee too. It's got me amped up, and I think that really affects. See, this is the representation of their freaking mood today with everything happening. Jeez. I drank that coffee. It's got me on edge and shaky. I think that adds to the voice. You know, it's humidity and coffee. So I'm trying to, just be more conscious of it, but it seems like the more I think about it, the more it happens. So this is basically the color. It's a very dark blue. I don't know if we'd even consider it navy blue. And it better be that it's dark enough. I like to say we're gonna go with it. This is properly prepped. It's nice, and so you can see a difference. And I mean, it's just insane. Like, how bad this brush gets. But that's not surprising at all, man. It's freaking Walmart, right? Alright, so there we go. That's actually not too bad. Should have enough to finish this out. Way overboard there. Getting a little too brave here. Getting reckless, you could say. So, come on, peanut butter, you gonna help me with this? Alright, there we go. Alright, wait. Okay, hold that side, peanut butter. There you go. Okay. That's probably still wet down there. There we go. Okay, so that's good. We're good. Okay, so I'm gonna take that blue. Got plenty of it. Doesn't look like much in there. See this stuff? It kind of goes a long way, but then it kind of doesn't. I'm a little heavy-handed with it. There we go. Oh, see, look at that. Stupid. Look at that. That's insane. That's insane. So obviously we're going to be taking some green. We'll cover that up. That'll dry fast. We'll cover it up. It's no big deal. You got to roll with the punches. Rolling with the punches. But dang, man. This is novice painting where it's like, this freaking brush, man. See, we got to get on the other side or something because that's like insane. That's insane, man. I mean, how in the heck did that happen? Oh, look at this, left-handed. Ambidextrous. Still getting, there we go. Okay, see, yeah, that's not so bad. It's a little bit, see, look at that. There's a big chunk of just brush. This is when you got to get like fine detail, but I mean, if you really want to get absolute coverage, but it's a freaking towel. You've got to remember it's a towel. Now, see, I just want that little white spot. There we go, got it. So, there we go. Now again, there's going to be some imperfections. That's what I call textures. See, now we can probably improve that. See, we just got enough. Put it down. See, now we got to pull it up. Okay, so it's a little bit better. Now this can be improved. There is another green. See, it's gonna go green, green, and then there's a light blue in there. There's the light blue, and then we'll get it. So, we're gonna let this dry, and then we're gonna basically do, yes, one more green here, one more green there. So it's gonna go green, green, I think dark blue. Well, that makes, we're gonna assess this. See, this towel is just, it's elusive. I wish it wasn't in the wash. Well, see, it's in the washer, no, the basket that you put before it goes into the washer. But it's just ridiculous, so I'm kind of losing my mind here. This whole fiasco today. So it's dark blue, green, blue, green, green, light blue, green, and then dark blue. That's, but what's next to the dark? Yes, green. So there's 3 more. Yeah, see 5, there's supposed to be 8. Yes, 3 more. 1, 2, 3. So it's gonna be green, the light blue, and then green again. There we go. And of course, it'll be a surprise on what the finishes will be on it. So just gonna have to hang in there and keep your fingers crossed that it's a little more exciting than watching paint dry or watching a towel be painted, or the pattern of a towel be painted, however you want to put it. So thanks for joining us in part 2. Once again, stick with us. This should be probably a 4-parter. No, yes, because third part we're gonna finish these. Fourth part, then we're gonna do the final touches, and we'll talk about what's coming up for episode 3. So obviously I'm gonna go around, turn off the camera manually because we can't trust remote controls these days. Thank you. And remember, happiness is never lost from being shared. We'll be right back with part 3 of episode 2, The Towel.